All right, guys, how are we doing today? Steve Mingleco, Final Web Design, and in today's video, I want to talk about the steps when you're planning your new website development to make it easier and better for you. So let's get into it. Final Web Design, this is Steve. When you're getting into building a new website, this is usually a very new process to most people who get into website development. It's not like they've had a lot of websites that they've built in their life. They're usually with a big company or a small company, and they need help to kind of get their website built. So here are 9 different points that are going to help you get your website built properly and get it built in a timely, professional manner. So why don't we get into the first one here? And I just have the article here behind me. Basically gather information. So start by understanding your goals, your expectations, ask questions about your audience, your functionality, your identity and brand, and all your content and image and asset related requirements. So if you can get all this information together right from the get-go, you're usually in a better place because ultimately you do have some type of foundational materials to help build your website going forward. The second point I would say is to do your research. So conduct market research to the industry specific trends and your best practices out there. Analyze your competitors, know what they're doing, what do you like about their websites, what don't you like about their websites, what can you do better, what are they doing good. So kind of take some time to kind of research and get that idea of exactly what you're trying to build here defined. And then we'll go into the third one, which is actually to define the project scope. So based on all this information and research that you've gathered, are you going to be able to include, the structure, the content, the features, define all these pieces of the website so that when you get into the actual build, you can make sure that things go smoothly, you're not missing information, and you can get a good smooth foundation on your build of the new website. The next one would be to create a sitemap. So list out all of the website's pages and do it in a hierarchical fashion so that you're able to see, okay, here's the home. Then from here you have your about. And then about, we have the about our company, the about our team, the about the business. All these different things. So lay it out in an actual sitemap so that you're able to kind of go back and reference what needs to be done and what hasn't been done as far as the pages are concerned for the website. The next thing would be to get into the fifth point, wireframing. So create wireframes, which are simple, low, layouts that are going to help you visualize how the site is going to be laid out and how it's going to be structured. This is going to help you ensure that the design meets your expectations and it's easy to navigate for the users who come to it, because the whole point of all this is to make sure that not only do you have a good looking website and good functionality website, but when the users are coming to the website, they're able to get the information that they want, they're able to easily navigate the website, they're able to easily understand that you're like the best in your market based on how your website is wireframed and laid out. And this will really give you a better foundation when you're going forward, because you'll understand exactly what is going to be needed to make sure that that process is smooth for your visitors and your users. Which will go into the sixth point, which is to design mockups. So create some type of, or have the company that you're working with create some type of high quality designs that represent the final look and feel of how this website's going to function and aesthetics. This design should also incorporate the client's branding, their content, their images, their messaging, and what they're trying to get across to the user. So by having some type of design mock-up before you actually go in and start building everything, you can have a good idea of how the site's going to look, how it's going to function, how the message is going to get across, based simply on the fact that you've kind of laid out these mock-ups of how the site should function prior to getting into the whole development. So the next thing would be 7 is to get into the development. So once the design is approved and you're happy with how things look, let's start getting in there, building it, coding it, getting all the CMS system set up, the server set up, Go in there with the custom design and start to build out those features. This is going to help make sure that you kind of know when you get into this development seventh step, is that you're building a website that is ultimately been through, you know how it's going to look when it's done, you know how the user is going to mostly interact with it. And a lot of that is done because you have gone through the whole design, mock-up, all these phases to kind of research to get the website developed how you need for the business, which would go into our 8th point, and that's going to be testing and launch. So testing and launch, what does that mean? Basically, there's things like forms, there's things like links, there's things like content. This all has to go through a process of going through the website, clicking on everything, making sure all the pages work properly, make sure all the forms submit properly, make sure things are working and presented how they're supposed to be. So before launching the site, test it thoroughly for functionality, usability, and compatibility across different browsers, different devices. Get on your iPhones, get on your iPads, get on your Androids, and then make any necessary revisions to the website, and then push it live. So basically, the whole testing and launch is kind of a one together phase, because as you're testing, you basically have to move the site online to then make sure that everything's working as you test it and ultimately launch it. And then the last 9th step is going to be your post-launch maintenance. Now, this cannot be overlooked enough. We actually have a very good package that we offer that will maintain and manage the website going forward. So we'll do all kinds of updates, all kinds of upgrades, anything that needs to kind of keep the website functioning and working as it should. So once the website is live, ensure that it remains up to date with the latest content, security updates, feature enhancements, plugins, extensions, the core CMS, the server, the PHP version. I mean, all these things need to be maintained and updated to ensure that the website going forward will continue to function as needed for the business, and that the people who are visiting will ultimately get the information that they want. So guys, with those 9 steps, and let me just quickly reiterate them. It's number 1, gather the information. Number 2, do your research. Number 3, define the proper scope of the project. Number 4, create some type of sitemap. Number 5 would be to wireframe the website and create the wireframes so you can kind of get an idea of how the site's going to functionality. Number 6 would be to get some kind of design mock-ups, the UI, the aesthetics of the website put together. Number 7 would be to move into the development and getting the website built. Number 8 is the testing, the launch. So go through the site thoroughly, click everything, make sure everything's working as needed. And then finally, number 9 is the post-launch maintenance, which can't be overlooked because websites will get outdated. Technology is moving faster and faster, so you got to be ready to post-launch maintain the website. So guys, I hope that those videos help. If you do have any questions about building a new website for your business, please let us know. Leave a comment, leave a like, that stuff helps, and we will definitely respond. Also, our phone number is there, so you can just give us a call. But I hope this video helped you guys. I hope you get good success in your next website build. And again, if you have any questions or need anything, let us know. That's what we're here. And with that, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care and peace.